Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Hey, what's going on, guys? You got TLR here, and it's time for the eight. Week eight. This is week eight of the PDL. Yes, and we are here with the battle. Pulling up the team right now. This is against Shambles and the Hartford Yard Gogoats. Uh, if you want to know what we're running, well, I guess you can see what we're running right here: Zapdos, Bronzong, Gyarados, Clefable, Nidoking, and Emboar. If you want to check out the team builder, that should have been uploaded just yesterday. And yeah, you can see the sets these guys are running as well. So, yep, hopefully we can pull off another W this week. Uh, yeah, let's just hop right into it. Wish me luck. Alright, he's brought Shuckle, Hitmontop, Banette, Rotom, Togekiss, and Nidoqueen. So, let's see. I wouldn't be surprised if he leads Shuckle. Um, let's see. I can always defog on like Togekiss or Rotom with my Zapdos, so I'm actually going to lead. Okay, so he hasn't brought Ferrothorn. In that case, I'm going to lead Gyarados, which might seem a little weird, but it means I can just like two-hit KO his Shuckle with Waterfall, and I don't want like that Shuckle. I'm assuming is carrying Toxic, so um, I want to be able to knock that thing out before it just poisons all of my Pokemon. And if it poisons my Gyarados, that's fine because again, we do have the facade on that, so that'll be, kind of clutch, maybe, hopefully. No Milotic either, so that's pretty good. We actually see the Rotom lead. Okay, so he doesn't lead Shuckle. I definitely don't want to stay in here. Don't think he'll go for the Overheat. I think if he has it, he'll either go for Will-O-Wisp or he'll go for the Electric type move. I think it's a little too early to make a prediction. So, I'm actually going to go into my Nidoking. Because this way, if he tries to Volt Switch out, I will be able to stop that. And if he goes for a Will-O-Wisp, sure, it's chip damage, but it doesn't matter too much because I am a special attacker, so. Yep, we do see the Volt Switch. If this thing is max speed, it actually does outspeed me, but would it be? He has a couple poison resists, but none of them outspeed Nidoking, so I am okay with just going for the Sludge Wave right here. It'll do big damage to Rotom, which is basically his primary check to Clefable on this team. So, well, besides Nidoking, this and Nidoking. If it's choiced, okay, so it's not choiced. We actually avoid the attack. That really sucks. That obviously wouldn't have killed, but oh, and we do a lot of damage. So he is running like a speedy Rotom. Um, but what I got from that turn is that he's not choiced, which means he can't trick like a choice scarf onto my Clefable to stop it from sweeping. But yeah, as you can see, Sludge Wave didn't knock out. So if he hit that Overheat too, probably would have killed, and he could have gotten rid of my Nidoking. So that dodge really does suck. He does connect the next one, so. Oh, that just kills. Is that Life Orb? Maybe Charcoal? Nope, it is Life Orb. Okay. So it's Life Orb Rotom, which is an interesting set. He's going to be able to knock out my Nidoking. So yeah, in that case, yeah, the dodge really does suck right there. Here I'm actually going to send in my Bronzong, and we can get up our Stealth Rocks, and basically that'll kill the Rotom unless he can Rapid Spin them away. He might just stay in and go for another Overheat, but since we are heat proof, that won't be doing too much. And that'll basically give me free rocks. Okay, not free rocks. Nothing is free, but my rocks will be up, and That'll be good. Having rocks up is really good against his team, especially against the Togekiss. He could also Will-O-Wisp here, but Bronzong doesn't need to. Bronzong doesn't really care if he's burned, I guess, is one way of saying it. So it goes for the Reflect. Ooh, interesting. So we're going to get our rocks up. And this will chunk anything that wants to come in. Now we're going to go for the Toxic. So if he wants to switch out here into anything bar Nidoqueen, we're going to be able to poison that thing and chip away at it. Hmm. Nope, just goes for the Overheat. That is fine, because again, we are heat proof, and he is at -2, so as you can see, that just doesn't do very much damage. And his Rotom is going to go down, so that is fantastic. One of the main checks to Rotom is out of the way. Now, as soon as we get rid of that Nidoqueen, we should be good to go. Based on that damage, he probably knows I am heat proof now, so he'll probably go into his Nidoqueen here. He could go into his Nidoqueen, or if he's not too scared of the Bronzong, he could go into his Hitmontop to clear hazards, or he could go into Shuckle to set his own hazards. Those are all very viable plays, but I do think Nidoqueen would be his initial play just because like I don't really have anything to check that thing like 100%. So he goes into Shuckzilla. Okay. Shuckle makes sense. So I'm actually going to heavy. Do I want to heavy slam or poison this thing? I'm gonna poison it. And basically the reason I'm doing this, it stalls out Reflect, which is nice, but the main reason I'm doing this is because if he's not actually a hazard setting set, and he's like some stall set with Infestation and like Contrary Shell Smash or something, which he very well could be, uh, I don't want that thing getting out of hand. So I want to make sure that thing gets weakened to the point where um, I can just beat it with like Gyarados or something like that. Because it looks like Gyarados could easily win this game because he does not have the water resist. I don't think I'll be able to set it up on Shuckle just because he's probably got Encore, and I assume if he's right in front of, like if he's being faced off with a Gyarados, he's just gonna go for the Encore. I'm going to Heavy Slam once, and then I'm going to switch to Zapdos. I could also switch to Zapdos here to avoid taking Stealth Rocks, because I assume that's what he's going to go for here. But the Pokemon that Zapdos walls doesn't, like, it walls those Pokemon so well that it doesn't really need to worry about Stealth Rock damage. Like Hitmontop uh, can't touch Zapdos whether he has Stealth Rocks up or not. So he's actually going to withdraw Shuckle. Okay. Into Maleficent, aka the Nidoqueen. Okay, so this thing is going to take a Heavy Slam. Obviously, he still does have the Reflect up, but it still does a chunk. Now, I assume he's going to go for Earth Power here. if I get in Gyarados, I'm not going to risk it. I'm actually going to go Zapdos. Because if he makes a prediction and goes for Thunderbolt on my Gyarados, I could actually lose the game. There's no reason to make a risky play. If he goes for Earth Power, my Zapdos will avoid it. And if he goes for Thunderbolt, my Zapdos can eat it up. I have the choice of defogging away his Sticky Web, but I don't think I need to. The only reason I would need to is so my Emboar can outspeed his possibly modest Nidoqueen, although if it's timid then that makes no difference. Although, since he did bring Sticky Web, I think it's more than likely modest. And since we will be keeping Bronzong, we can always set our Stealth Rocks back up. He could also make a prediction to go for Ice Beam to the Zapdos, but I'm okay with that. But I do believe he'll go for the Earth Power here. Nope, he does go for the Ice Beam. Okay, good prediction. Obviously, it won't knock me out, but it does do a good chunk. Technically, I don't need Zapdos. Well, it's a decent Pokemon to have against his team. It's not necessary for beating anything, so I could Roost here, although he could go for the Earth Power. Predicting Roost. I half expect him to actually do that. I think I'm going to... I don't need damage on this thing. It's either defog or... Well, I don't... Alright, I'm going to defog. He also could just be faster than me because I don't have any speed on this Zapdos. Maybe I should have run some speed, but Zapdos wasn't really my initial Nidoqueen check, so outspeeding Nidoqueen wasn't really a priority for me. But basically the reason I don't really need to go for Heat Wave here is because Gyarados one-shots, and I'm going to be sending that in after Zapdos goes down. So he does outslow me, which is really good information because if he outslows Zapdos, it means he outslows Emboar as well. So that means Emboar can outspeed this Nidoqueen. Goes for another Ice Beam, so not making any predictions, just going for it. So that's great. Zapdos goes down. Again, Zapdos did his job. Thank you for your service. And we're going right into Gyarados. If he lets his Nidoqueen go down, I think I can just win with Clefable. Although that Togekiss can flinch me down, I can get crit, lots of things like that can happen, but we're gonna hope it doesn't. I could technically Dragon Dance here, which would be really nice if he wants to go into Hitmontop, but it's not necessary, so I'm not going to risk him going for like a Thunderbolt and hitting my Gyarados really hard. We're just going to go for the Waterfall, safe play. Even if he wants to switch into an Intimidate Hitmontop to check me, he'll take damage. So and we are max speed, so we guarantee outspeed this thing. So that on our Gyarados, our Gyarados guarantees outspeeds this Nidoqueen, so that's also really good. Because I guess worst case scenario, Quick Claw procs, but I just highly doubt that's the item my opponent is running. You know, it's not a consistent enough item for me to expect someone to be running that. It would be hilarious and sad at the same time if that Quick Claw procs right now, but you know, I can't see it happening. Your Quick Claw can't proc if you're not holding it, so that's what we're gonna hope for. So yeah, I either expect him to stay in here expecting me to Dragon Dance and just wanting to get off damage, or switching, which he does do. He switches into Hitmontop, probably. Yep, it is Hitmontop, and I'm guessing it's Intimidate as well. Yep. So he does lower my attack. However, this will still do a good chunk of damage. You get the mold breaker, but that doesn't really do anything in this situation anyway. Yeah. And okay, no leftovers. Cool. So here's probably just going to fighting type move. He could double switch, and that would be really, really good on his part. Um. Oh, please ignore the nickname on this Cleffable. I don't know why it's named Wigglytuff. Don't ask questions. It's pretty risky actually if he switches, because if I get a Dragon Dance up, I think I win. Because at neutral, looks like Waterfall will knock out Hitmontop from this point. So I just have to find a place to set up my Gyarados now, which I think I can do on the Banette, because Prankster does not work on Dark-type Pokemon. So I'm going to see if I can bait that thing in. If he goes into Shuckle, I think I'm going to go hard into Gyarados as well. And what that does is it prevents him from getting a speed drop on my Gyarados with Sticky Web if he sets it right up. If he sets it up right away. Okay, so he does just go for the close combat. That's really good. And the reason why this is actually optimal for me is because now Flamethrower will 2-hit KO, and I don't have to like try to predict him to stay in or switch out. So I can just go for Flamethrower here. I could also go for Calm Mind, but again, Chip on Nidoqueen is going to be really, really good here. So I could also double. Too late. I already locked in. I think I actually should have doubled there into Emboar. But hey, it is what it is. Because he's almost certainly not staying in. He could go for the Toxic. Wait, why would he go for Toxic when I have Magic Guard? He could go for the Toxic expecting me to be unaware, since I have been running unaware in past weeks. So he might be expecting me to run unaware again. But since he doesn't have any like setup sweepers, or he doesn't really have anything that's primarily used as a setup sweeper, I couldn't see any reason to run unaware. Plus, he did have that Ferrothorn drafted, so I definitely did not want to be taking Leech Seed damage. So he does withdraw into Nidoqueen probably. Nope, into Shuckle. Okay. That is fine. I'm tempted to Calm Mind here, but I know it's the wrong play. I definitely need my Gyarados in right here. So probably going to see another Sticky Web. Yep. Now he's almost certainly going to go for Encore here because, again, if I get a free Dragon Dance up, he loses. So he cannot let that happen. So, yep, just going to go for the Waterfall. As he stays in, probably going for the Encore, but this Waterfall should knock it out. Oh, wow, it lived. But yep, we do see the Encore. However, the Shuckle will go down to the Toxic, so that's fine. And I'm guessing Hitmontop is coming in here. I definitely don't want to take damage on Gyarados. So I do think switching out is the better play. It will mean I have to come back in on Sticky Web, but again, if I can get in on the Banette, uh, it, bleh, it's all fine. So Hitmontop. It would be funny if he's actually not running Earth Power Nidoqueen because he expected me to be Levitate, and he's running Thunderbolt, Ice Beam, Flamethrower, and Sludge Wave. Because then he can't touch Bronzong, and that would be really sad for him. It would be a sad day in his shoes. But yeah, he's thinking about it, but I don't think there's much to think about. I think if you don't go Hitmontop here, I get the Dragon. Well, no, I'm Encored into Waterfall, so I guess you could go into Togekiss, but Lil Dolly. Okay, so that's probably no. Oh, hmm. He goes into the Banette. Okay. Well, since I'm Encored into Waterfall, I'm definitely not staying in. I'm actually just going to go into my Emboar because Emboar is not needed to win this game, and I can launch off a Rocky MC. Things he could do here: Shadow Claw. He could hard Will-O-Wisp without Mega Evolving. It's caught in the sticky web, that doesn't matter. Nope, he does Mega Evolve, okay. Like, optimal situation here, he knocks me out. Somehow. He goes for the Toxic, okay. So obviously, what's his fire resist at this point? Because I know I've knocked out Rotom and he didn't bring Milotic. Does he have anything left that resists fire? He does not. So I can't really see a reason to not go for Flare Blitz. The only other reason I would not go for Flare Blitz is if I predicted the Togekiss to come in. But if the Togekiss comes in, I'm okay with Emboar going down. And it's just that nothing wants to take a Flare Blitz at this point. And if he loses Hitmontop, he loses his check to Mega Gyarados. So yeah, basically something's taken a hearty chunk from the pig. This is the Baconator right here. The Bacon Pig Gator. I don't know. I feel there is Baconator a trademarked phrase? Am I not allowed to say it in my video? Please, Wendy's, don't come after me. I'm sorry. It was just a slip of the tongue. He goes for Destiny Bond. Ooh, that's unfortunate. Not because he's taking me down, but because he's going down. And this was how I was going to set up my. He lived. Yes. Cool. That's actually kind of funny. I am now going to Continental Crush in case he switches out now. Because if I feel like if he's going to switch out now is the time he's going to do it, and Emboar again has served its purpose. But luckily, that Dolly survived, which means he can still be used as setup fodder. Oh my gosh, I would hard switch, but I don't want him Destiny bonding my. Okay, he goes for the gunk shot. Kill, knockout, please. Have some attack investment. Yes. Okay. Cool. I think this is a free setup for Gyarados. I think this should win me the game because you can Destiny Bond, but now that Destiny Bond has a chance to fail. Actually, I think Destiny Bond guaranteed fails if you use it twice in a row now. So yeah, I'm just going to Dragon Dance right here. He can't burn me because I'm a Dark type, and he's Mega Evolved. So at this point, you basically have to Destiny Bond and hope I attack you. On the turn, you get Destiny Bond off. He could also switch into Scarf Togekiss, I guess. That's another way he could win this. But he's just not in a good spot. So he's thinking about this one. Um, I mean, he has showed the gunk shot. He could go for that right now. But basically, I just attack the turn after he goes for Destiny Bond. Actually, ooh, maybe I shouldn't have done this, because thinking about it, he could Destiny Bond. He goes for Toxic. It doesn't affect Gyarados. Yeah, I actually... Because he's going to Destiny Bond now for sure. I kind of messed this one up. Oopsies. Because he can Destiny Bond and then attack, is what he can do. So I actually cannot set up on this thing. Oof. That's my bad. I think I could probably lose this now because of that choke. Oh my gosh, I feel silly. I can still win this though if I... Because I really need to knock out that Nidoqueen. I'm just going to Moonblast. Just goes for the gunk shot. I avoid the attack. That really sucks. Because now he doesn't actually get damage off on Clefable, which he kind of needed. He's still in this game, but if he hit that, he would have been in the lead. Now I'm kind of back in the lead again. Because he basically lost his Binet for nothing. So Nidoqueen's probably coming out here. I think I might just hard switch into Bronzong because he he might not have the Earth power. I do think he will, but he might not. And if he doesn't, then that sucks because I just recover off with my berry. Hmm. He could also send in like Togekiss here, but I think that's Calm Mind fodder. I don't think Togekiss threatens enough damage on me. to uh to win. He could also flinch me to death, which would suck. But I think if he goes Togekiss, I might just go hard Bronzong. And the reason for that is because Bronzong basically walls Togekiss, since I do have the heat proof. Togekiss, even if it's running Flamethrower, won't be able to knock me out. If it's Nasty Plot, like I guess the one way it could knock me out is maybe if it's Nasty Plot Fire Blast with a Life Orb or something like that, but I don't know. But yeah, now that we don't have to worry about Priority Destiny Bond, Gyarados can actually win this game. It can actually win this game now. Okay, into Bronzong we go, because Bronzong is not super necessary, and I don't think this Nidoqueen really threatens my Gyarados at this point. Obviously, it probably does have the Thunderbolt. However, that does not knock me out. So, unless he gets a crit, I think I get another Dragon Dance up. I could also let Clefable go down. I guess it's too late for that. I probably should not lock my moves in so fast, because basically, if I let Clefable go down, get the free switch in into Gyarados. If I let Clefable go down and get the free switch in into Gyarados. Okay, so we do see the Earth Power, yeah. Probably. I'm thinking I should have let Clefable go down. Technically, I could still switch back into Clefable and let it go down. Because Bronzong can check the Togekiss. Yeah. I keep choking away the games because I'm not thinking about him. Okay, but yeah, I'm going back into Clefable because Clefable, while it is still decent, it's not needed to win this game anymore. I don't need Clefable for anything. Do you see another Earth Power? This probably won't 2-hit KO. It might, but okay. Yeah, it doesn't 2-hit KO. Sludge Wave, though, at this point will knock me out, which is fine. I'll just go for the... I guess I'll go for the Moonlight in case he doesn't have Sludge Wave, but I definitely think he does. If he doesn't have Sludge Wave, I think I might just win with Clefable right now, but I cannot see him not having Sludge Wave. And based on that damage, he's almost certainly not he's not Choice Specs. I think Choice Specs would be doing a little bit more, so okay, we see the Earth Power. And he gets a critical hit, which sucks a little bit, but again, I don't need Clefable. And we get the Gyarados in, so we should be able to Dragon Dance up, and I think that might just be game. It's going to be close, but I should be able to get a Dragon Dance up here, guaranteed. If it doesn't have Thunderbolt, then really nothing's going to do much damage to Gyarados. Gyarados is quite bulky. But I'm pretty sure it does have the Thunderbolt. And I'm pretty sure it's going to go for it now. If it doesn't, if it doesn't have Thunderbolt and it doesn't 2-hit KO, that's really, really bad because then I get another Dragon Dance up. Sunny Day, ooh. Interesting play, of course, but it does get me 2 Dragon Dances. Actually, do I even need 2 Dragon Dances? Because I'm pretty sure. So we've seen Earth Power, we've seen Ice Beam. We've seen Earth Power, Ice Beam, Sunny Day. Its last move is probably Flamethrower then. I really just want to set up another Dragon Dance, but I think damage is more important. So let's see. Waterfall is now at 0.75 power. Or is it half power? I think Facade does more, so. Well, to Hitmontop, which I do think my opponent will go hard into. I'm actually going to Waterfall here, and if we do see hard Hitmontop, okay, that's fine. And this will definitely knock out the Nidoqueen, so that's good. We could see the Togekiss come in here as well, but I think Hitmontop is more likely. If we do see the Hitmontop, though, I'm actually going to go for another Dragon Dance because I know I live a close combat. Unless, let's see. We saw the close combat damage on Clefable, right? And it did less than 25%. So I do think it's offensive, but I don't think it's probably offensive, but it's probably not Oh, no, we do see the Togekiss. Okay. I outspeed this guaranteed unless it's Scarf. And if it is Scarf, I'm definitely switching. Dazzling Gleam will do a lot. I'm just going to Facade and think. Like, if Facade 2-hit KOs, this is definitely the play. I am at +1. It doesn't actually 2-hit KO. And we see the Tailwind. Okay. Interesting. Tailwind. I really want to switch out here. How many more turns of Sunny Day? 2. Ooh. It's probably Tailwind, Fairy move, Air Slash, and Fire move, honestly. I think we'll just see the Fairy move here, though. I don't really want to take a Sun boosted Flamethrower either, though. That's tough. Gyarados can still win this game. So I'm going to go into the Bronzong. If my opponent predicts this and goes for the Fire type move, kudos to him. That was an excellent play. But I think it's just a little too risky because if I get up a Dragon Dance there and you go for the fire type move, yep. So you do see the Dazzling Gleam. Okay, very effective critical hit, but even the critical hit doesn't really make much of a difference. I'm going to recycle here. I don't know if I live a fire type move in the sun with heat proof, but if I do, I get to heal back up with my berry. Which would be really nice. And of course, there's always the possibility my opponent doesn't have a fire type move, which would be fantastic because then he doesn't really threaten enough damage on Bronzong to win, I think. I think Bronzong's just going to sit here and be fat to win the game. Maybe we'll actually get to use Recycle. Ooh, intense. We see the Fire Blast. Okay, I don't think I live Fire Blast. We actually do. Oh my gosh, Bronzong hard body. Give me that berry back. Yum. And that was the last turn of Sun too. Oof. We can even PP stall this Fire Blast. So we're going to recycle again. Yeah, no more Sun either. Oh no. Now after Gyarados sets up a Dragon Dance, I think Waterfall will knock out both of his remaining Pokemon. But it's not over till it's over, so. But definitely a very intense game. I am on the edge of my seat. Mentally, not physically. I'm actually just kind of slouched in my chair like I always am. Fire Blast again. Again, not too much damage. Get the recycle off. Heavy Slam probably knocks out Togekiss from here, although I guess it would Tailwind up. So yeah, I'm going to Heavy Slam here. Because basically the goal is to get a Dragon Dance up with Gyarados without the Tailwind getting up. Although I think my opponent is smart enough to know that he needs Tailwind up to win at this point. Because if he can knock out Bronzong, and if he can knock out Bronzong and get my Gyarados while he has Tailwind up for more than one turn, then I think he has this. I think he wins. If he at least has a shot at winning at that point. If not, has the game on lock. So we see. Oh, he doesn't have a flying type move. So yeah, we Heavy Slam, and because Bronzong is so much heavier than Togekiss, that is going to knock it out from that range. We still have our Berry. I don't know if Close Combat knocks out. I'm actually going to go for the Recycle here because if Close Combat doesn't knock out, then I want to have my Berry back. He actually has the Earthquake. Ooh. Good play, good play. And it does knock me out. Okay. Into Gyarados we go. Obviously, it is going to outspeed us because of the Sticky Web, but I'm pretty sure we live a close combat. Because it's Gyarados versus Hitmontop. The question is, does Waterfall KO from here? Because he's at like 60%, right? 60 or 65. Which means, like, if he's at 65%, then it's probably a roll. But if he has Mach Punch, which I'm pretty sure he does, then going for Dragon Dance is a choke. Actually, if he goes for close combat here, he'll definitely go down to Waterfall because of the defense drop. So yes, there is no question here. I go for Waterfall. And if he knocks me out with close combat, he wins. If I live, I win. So I guess you could go for Mach Punch here and then close combat if he lives the waterfall, but I think waterfall is at least a roll, so I think this is the right play 100%. I don't think there's a prediction that needs to be made here. And we actually outspeed even though we're at -1. And he lives and he flinches. Oh my gosh. That really sucks because if he didn't flinch there and he even if he didn't knock me out with close combat, if he did have the Mach Punch, he would have won the game. So that flinch guaranteed me the win. Yeah, and he did have the Mach Punch. So if he didn't flinch there, unfortunately, he would have won the game. But it looks like Gyarados said, no, we're going undefeated for 8 weeks in a row. Really sorry to my opponent that I hacked him a lot. He did get quite a few hacks on me, but in the end, my hacks apparently outdid his hacks. So not the cleanest of games, but I'm okay with the outcome. Great game to my opponent. Very close too. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I don't think I have anything else to say about this game. Best of luck to my opponent in the upcoming weeks of the PDL. There's only 4 weeks left, I think. Yep, because it's 12 weeks total. Yeah, so there's 4 weeks left. Okay, cool. Again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. So.